Well, the video you're about to watch is all about my trip to Las Vegas through F1, which was pretty cool. They obviously have that big setup over there, which was awesome to go through. We explored the city a decent amount. You're going to see a ton of photos throughout this video. Went over to Allegiant Stadium, which was pretty cool, where the Raiders play. We got to tour that facility. We also got to see where the A's new ballpark is getting built, and it does look pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. You can see it from most of the Las Vegas Strip, so I definitely think it's in a good area. Then we went over to Top Golf, and then at the end, we went to the Las Vegas Aviators game, and we got to see some pretty cool players play that were coming back from rehab. So there's going to be a lot in this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this whole video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out, everyone. So this is me right here on the simulator. Now, honestly, if y'all ever played any of the F1 games or not, and this is the Las Vegas Grand Prix right here, actually a lot of fun to play. I have played the F1 games before. I think I played 24 maybe. It was a little bit challenging, but you can obviously see the rigs are super cool. I've never played in a racing setup before, so all of this was very cool to me. Obviously got the wheel, you got the pedals, which you had to push pretty hard, kind of like the real cars. If you do know anything about Formula 1, pedals are extremely hard to push down. But yeah, it's definitely a hard sport. I'm not gonna lie, it's very hard. And then being the average person, you know, was okay. I actually did play pretty well in this whole simulation. They have like ones of the day, and they have the ones of all time. I was actually pretty highly up there on the ones of the day and all time, so I will take that, even though I haven't played the game in quite some time. I started to pick it up at the end here. Honestly, when the first couple laps, it wasn't really the best. I had to learn the map again, and I had to learn the whole setup I was even playing on. At the end here, I started to cook, as you can kind of see in the top right with that little green marker, which means you're beating your best lap times. Yeah, this was a lot of fun though. If anyone's in Vegas, man, and you have this, I would definitely recommend pulling up, because it is a ton of fun to hop on the simulator, which was really cool. And obviously it has everything on the strip, so you can kind of see us flying down the strip right there, which is pretty cool. And yeah, hopefully, you know, in the future F1 games, we will see that Las Vegas A Stadium, which will be pretty exciting. So yeah, I mean, we had a lot of fun on the simulator. It was definitely a lot of fun before we went go-karting, which we do have later in this video, which is exciting. And then you guys can kind of see right here, I was actually 14th of the day, which is pretty good. And I was 461 all time. So not bad at all, man. Not bad at all. Kind of see us on the go-karts right here. I didn't have a GoPro to film this, like, you know, live in the car. I could have used my phone, but I think it would have been staring at the wheel the whole time. But really sick track right here. Really sick track. Honestly, they did a pretty good job. The go-karts feel really well too. That's one thing I've noticed about the go-karts is they're like so like clean, like so smooth. Definitely one of the best go-kart feelings I've had in quite some time, and that's what my dad said as well. He said it was one of the better ones that he's felt. So this is right when you go outside right here. You can obviously see the big garage is open for the race, and then we kind of start racing on that pit lane, which was pretty cool. So we were kind of cooking, as you can see right here. I'm pretty sure I was up top. I was in like third at one point, and then I kind of fell off. So I think someone crashed, or like someone's wheel was popped or something. So you can kind of see me passing someone right there. Hey, shut up me. But yeah, I think someone's wheel popped because I saw like sparks flying. So it was kind of funny. They were saying, yeah, see, I'm in third right there, locked in. There we go. Yeah, so it was funny. My dad was saying he had a pop tire and I still couldn't pass him, which was kind of funny. So yeah, definitely a lot of fun, man. A lot of fun, the F1 drive stuff. If y'all have the chance in Vegas, go check this out, man. It really is a good time. It seems like we're going pretty slow, but you do move pretty quickly when you're in that car. I'm not going to lie. So I don't know. Maybe it's just the angle we're at that this is filmed at, but you're moving pretty quickly in that car, I promise. So it's definitely a very cool experience. I'm not going to lie. Then we got some views of just the city in general. So this is our hotel we stayed at. It was very nice. It was actually right across from the F1 facility, which was pretty cool. Just a beautiful facility with the pools and everything. And then eventually we get to the Vegas Strip, which was very exciting because there's a lot on that strip. I mean, they're building so many new buildings. You compare the pictures of years ago, it's like completely different. So, and we obviously explored most of it. We went to a lot of the hotels, a lot of the different activities around there, which was pretty cool. We went to Caesar's Palace. We went to the Paris as well, which was another pretty good hotel. If you guys ever been to Vegas, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. But yeah, Vegas is pretty cool, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like, it's a pretty cool city to be in. Everything's lit up. The city never sleeps, which is cool. Kind of like New York. And then here's the A Stadium right here. Very cool, man. It's right near the Strip, which is awesome. And I really hope the stadium is good and it's fun because I'm obviously gonna go one day, but it's still pretty early in the construction phase at least. But they do have some branding outside, which is pretty cool. And they do have some pictures of what it's gonna look like when it's done, which is awesome. So you will see, man. I'm excited for this new stadium to be built. Obviously, it's been a work in progress for years at this point. Valley, Las Vegas over there. So, you know, they should have the hotel, the stadium, and some other fun things around the ballpark to do, which will be awesome. But these are just some of the photos that we did take. And obviously, we got some more photos of just Vegas in general. Pretty cool place. This was, I think, the Venetian that we stayed in. It's all Egyptian themed, which is pretty cool. And they have the big Titanic little statue right there as well, which is awesome. And this is kind of the free stuff that we were able to do. This was Allegiant Stadium. This thing is huge. I'm not gonna lie. Allegiant Stadium is actually massive when you think about it. It was a pretty cool tour. We got to see a lot of the stadium. We got to see some cool suites, which was pretty cool. They were obviously doing a concert when we went to go tour the whole facility, so we didn't see the actual football field. It is what it is. But yeah, very cool stadium, man. Very cool stadium. Definitely one of the, obviously one of the newest, well, at least one of the newer NFL stadiums. You know me, I'm not really a big NFL guy, but very cool stadium. I'm not gonna lie. Very cool stadium. And apparently the ticket prices for this first game were pretty cheap, the preseason game. So very cool tour. We got to see all the luxury suites, all the Super Bowls, the locker rooms, the press box, all that stuff. So very cool tour, man. I think if you go on these stadium tours, I feel like you really appreciate the stadium way more than you realize if you just go for a game, because you're trying to watch, the actual action, where you're just kind of here looking at the facilities, which is pretty cool. So to me, it was cool to look at. My dad's a huge Raider fan, so that's kind of why we did this as well. But Allegiant Stadium was very cool, I'm not gonna lie. And then we got some Top Golf clips right here. Here's me at Top Golf. You guys can see the whole swing and everything. I'll go ahead and show the audio so you can hear what it looks like. But Top Golf's a lot of fun, man. It's one of my favorite activities, so I'll let the audio play out.
Okay, thank you. I will get that all started up for you.
But obviously, here's some more pictures of the Paris. That's one thing about all these hotels is they have just such a cool ceiling. Like the ceiling's meant to be like the sky, which is pretty cool. It really feels like you're outside, even though you're inside. It makes like literally negative sense. But we got to go to the top of the Paris to kind of see the whole city, which was pretty cool. A lot of buildings, right? We got Caesar's Palace, the Hard Rock Cafe, Treasure Island in the background over there. I think you see Trump's Tower over there as well, which is pretty cool. Just a lot of buildings that are just so high and everything like that. You obviously see the Sphere over there, which is pretty cool. And we had so many ads that were on that thing when we were in Vegas. It's pretty funny how that whole thing works over there. And then obviously we got the F1 paddock. That was our hotel over there as well. You guys can kind of see it in the background. And obviously you can see the A Stadium over there. Allegiant Stadium's all the way back, blocked by that gold building. There's Grand MGM. So yeah, it's right on the strip. The A Stadium's right on the strip. So it's definitely gonna be pretty cool to go to games there 100% for fans. Now this is our time at the Las Vegas ballpark. This ballpark is impressive. Like it's such a new stadium. It was built in 2019, but it was a very cool stadium. It really felt like a AAA stadium. So this is the team store right here. A lot of cool things that we had in the team store. A lot of branding as well. I will say the Las Vegas team does have a lot of the A stuff cool. That was the flag that you guys obviously see in the background right now. Yeah, a ton of stuff. They had got the dog merch. They got the kid merch. They got the adult merch. They got all the merch. So obviously in MLB The Show, they're known as the Las Vegas 51s, if you know. So, that's kind of what they're known for. That's kind of where the 51s comes from in MLB The Show. It's kind of the default option. I think it Road to the Show at least. So here's just some more photos of this stadium, right? The Las Vegas ballpark, that does light up actually at night, which was pretty cool to see. And they also got nice AI photos, I'm pretty sure, on the beer. So there you have it right there. Yeah, super nice stadium, man. Super nice stadium. The pictures really don't do it justice, to be honest. I feel like it's way better in person, in my personal opinion. But I think the branding for them is super awesome. The stadium's super awesome. A lot of people at this game that we were at were up in the suites over there because it was so hot outside. I think it was like 110 or something, or 111. Like it was extremely hot when we went to this game. So that's the one problem about the stadium is it's obviously open, so it's outside in the desert. So there's obviously a lot of heat that you're gonna feel. But this is kind of just us walking around the stadium right here. They actually had a lot of good spots. We ended up getting, I got like chicken and rice actually. They had like a nice chicken bowl that we ended up getting, and then we got ice cream later, which was absolutely phenomenal, which is coming up right here. They had a massive bar over there, which was pretty cool. Yeah, that place was gas. It was like gelato, so good, man, so good. Would definitely recommend. I think a lot of people were going to it because it was so hot, but yeah, there was no one here, man. Literally no one here. The gates opened like an hour before, so there wasn't really a whole lot of people that showed up early. Like it was literally like us, and then like maybe a couple other groups or a couple other families or whatever. Like there wasn't that many people at all. So I guess that was kind of a good thing. I kind of like that about games, at least baseball games. There's like not a lot of people at a lot of the games, which is really cool. So this is a pretty cool shirt. It's the Road to the Show shirt of all their little minor league teams before you get to the show. I thought that was pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. And we gotta talk about as well in the upcoming clips, you're gonna see we had a couple guys on rehab in Las Vegas. So Zach Galliff was obviously here, which was pretty cool, and he ended up doing something pretty crazy, as you're gonna see later. Yeah, he was on his rehab assignment for his knee. Obviously, he just won like June Player of the Month, so it was pretty exciting to see him down at AAA. And there's also a couple guys that have been in the league before that were also playing in this game. I think Patrick Wisdom was one of them. Obviously, he played for the Cubs. Joey Menendez was obviously here. Obviously, he played for Team Mexico in the World Baseball Classic, and he played for the Nationals when he got his opportunity. And I think there were like two more players that had played in the MLB that were at the AAA level here. Obviously, the A's team was playing Seattle. They were playing Seattle's AAA team, so that's kind of the competition we got to see. And honestly, when we had the Las Vegas series here, when the A's played, I think it was the Marlins here, right? Or they played someone out here. The score was was crazy high, right? The score was crazy high. We kind of saw the same thing at this game as well. The score was like crazy high. So the ball be flying out of this stadium. I'm not going to lie. The ball would be flying out of this stadium. So, but yeah, we're going to cut to all the game highlight clips because they're pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was a little bit all over the place or whatever, but I hope y'all enjoyed the little Vegas trip, and we had a great time, man. Vegas is definitely cool, so y'all definitely be back when the A's get their new ballpark, because I think that stadium's going to be electric. But if you guys did enjoy this kind of vlog style video, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out, everyone.